Peace, everybody. I'm Chuck. Come on in. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Another very exciting day. Very exciting day. But first things are first. Get my mallets. Got my bowl. Wait for it. D note, D major. So now that I got that out of my system, we got that out of the way. Voila. We're going to do another video on the computer being finally up and running. That's all I'm going to say about that, but it looks beautiful. Waiting for the table from Amazon. Was supposed to be here today, so I could move it off here and move it where it's supposed to go. Then we'll do a nice video on it, but this is not about the computer today because the table's not here. So, without further ado, why we are here today, and that is Microsoft Flight Simulator 24. Got the new computer going. This is my first computer game. My very first computer game. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And a tough decision to make my very first computer game because there is so many games out there. I like third-person adventure, third-person shooters like Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West, The Last of Us, Resident Evil. Yes. Red Dead Redemption 2, absolutely all third party, all wide open spaces, no limits. Also some games like Kena, which I'm going to do a review on that because it doesn't get as much credit as it deserves. It's not completely open world. That's okay. And everything I've ever played has always been on PlayStation. I played thousands of games, hundreds of games, I don't know. But I started with Pong. I was born in 1960, so Pong came out on the 29th of November in the year 1972, and my birthday is 11/28/60, so I would have been 12 years old when that game came out. Yes, 12. So I've been playing on the very first game ever, Atari Vision, Intellivision. Then we, went crazy with the PlayStation and all that. So my first game for the computer's got to be a great game. And I've already played all the games I just mentioned, so even though they're going to look way more fantastic on the computer than the PlayStation, I really don't want to just rehash Horizon Zero Dawn. I've been playing that game for 3 years, and I beat the game, but all the side quests to getting every single armor you need, wow. That's years of playing. So there's a lot of playing there. Another choice was going to be Skyrim. It's a great game. Very huge. I'm sure there's millions of hours of gameplay in that. And I played that, so Indiana Jones is, oh, wow, that looks really, really interesting, And you're going to spend $69, $70, $100, depending what version you get. And it's like, okay, I'll be getting a game that's going to end. So even though I'm going to get it, I want to get a first game that's just going to blow me away and not have a beginning, middle, and end. And I'm at the end of the game and kind of like disappointed that it ended too fast or something. I don't know. I don't want to take that chance. So my first game was Flight Simulator 2024. One is I enjoy flying games. I'm playing Ace Combat now. Currently trying to finish the game. Off and on for years, I'll play a flying game, then I go to a driving game, then I go to a shooting game, then I go to a adventure game, then I go back to a driving game, then I go back to a flying game. And a friend of mine brought me to Dave and Buster's, and well, okay, I got to get back into the flying game. Now, Flight Simulator, I got this before I got all the sticks. They'll be next. But you're going all over the world. There's no real beginning, middle, or end. It's sort of say because you can continue to fly all around the globe. You're not ever going to end the game. So I go, and they got 190 aircraft, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe it's 95 aircraft and 100 and something airports to land in. But I was, a friend of mine lives in Africa, so okay, they say you can go anywhere. So let's fly to his hometown in Africa, see if we can find that. So I'm very excited to try this game out as my first game because I've already played this game. And I'll tell you what, it fucking sucks. I don't know how people play this game. I've played it since the 1922. And on the PlayStation, I didn't realize it, but all of a sudden I'm like covering my eyes when I'm driving because the frame rate was so bad. Then I go back to a little farm and it was okay. So I don't know how these guys do not know how to make video games, okay? Giant software. You guys in Germany, you really should come to America and take lessons on how to separate sections of the game so the game runs. It appears that when I have my farm I made huge. I can't name it. Believe me, it's huge. So it burned out my other computer with the i5 processor, 1060 card in it. So it's like, okay, the 4060 should run it with the i9 9900 KF with a Maximus 11 Hero motherboard. It shouldn't be any issues. 4 sticks of memory. It should run this game, I think, flawlessly. So I'm wrong. I put it in and it still runs like garbage. It still runs like fucking crap. Seriously, after all this, I loaded in there and I jumped in with my wireless PlayStation controller. That's another video I'm going to make. And it worked. The wireless, okay, this is great because the USB is what burned out my other computer using the wireless, using a wired controller, PlayStation controller. Every port just seemed to stop working. And I went right back to my huge big farm, which I should have went to the little farm first, right? Try it out. No, I got to go right to my huge big farm that wasn't working before. Well, whatever wasn't working before still ain't working now because she's running around and the screen's jitter and judder. I was like, that's it. I played it. I didn't even give the thing 2 minutes. I may have gave it more than a minute. And after a minute, I was like, that's it. I'm fucking done with this piece of shit, man. It's like, to figure out what the hell is wrong or what I got to buy for a computer, that game is done. I don't even want to see it in my computer. It's a piece of crap. These guys don't know what the fuck they're doing making it. I spent $300, $400 on joysticks for it. It's like, oh my God. So, all right, I'm going to write to these guys. I'm going to call Farmer Cop up. See if, hey, Farmer Cop here. Well, answer me if I got questions. You sit there, you make this stuff look easy. Explain to me how to make my computer run the game. I don't know. I'm doing something wrong. So, let's try a real game. And you see everybody on the internet playing this game. And when they list games, the best games, this is like number one. The top 25 games, this ain't even on there. They say they sold 3 million copies of this piece of shit. To who? Billy Bob Joe the Farmer? I mean, I got no idea how 3 million people are playing this game unless they just aren't building big farms. But it's a piece of crap. It's a piece of shit. And it sucks because it's so addicting. I can play from 9 a.m. in the morning to 1 o'clock at night. That's 15 hours. But if it don't fucking work, what good is the piece of shit, right? So, we'll figure that out maybe, or maybe it's just not going to work for me building a big farm. So maybe if you build these little fart farms with a tractor, one field, and a cow, it may work. But I see these guys on there, they overload. Let's build 100,000 of these tanks. Okay. So I don't know. But we're going to give this a try. I'm very excited to put it in. And I did start doing the unboxing. Now I'm excited after complaining about that damn stupid farming simulator. This computer is all because I put this in my other cyber power computer. And it stopped working. I guarantee this computer would not be here if I never put Farming Simulator in my old computer, because it wouldn't have burned out. I used it not for gaming, creating pro art creations with Adobe Premiere for YouTube videos. That's the main thing I used it for videos. Here they are right here. Videos. And I guarantee that computer would still be working if I never put Farming Simulator in. So that's why if it don't work the first time out, it's like I ain't gonna take a chance on that piece of shit burning this game out. So back to this exciting moment. This is exciting because it is exciting. A new game. It's not piece of shit Farming Simulator. Oh, that is cool. So I just went from that packaging to we have the Steelbook edition, which is very cool. They say this is from the message from the developer. Once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned upward. For there have you been, and there you will have always longed to return. I've been in the Air Force, and it's funny, I worked on J-79 General Electric jet engine for the F-4 Phantom fighter, and I never ever thought about flying. And one of my air mates was into flying big time. He's told me all about it, and still I had no interest forever until about 5 years ago. It's like, why didn't I ever want to fly? I love flying games, so I've learned a little bit about it. This quote, often attributed to Leonardo da Vinci, shows that the dream of flight is likely as old as humanity itself. In both The real and the digital worlds of aviation. Once you leave the ground, your perspective changes forever, and you never see our world in quite the same way. They're right. Microsoft Flight Simulator franchise celebrates its 42nd anniversary in 2024, and its commitment to realism, accuracy, and authenticity is unwavering. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 sets new standards with the largest fleet of aircraft, the most accurate flight model, and the most detailed representation of Earth we have ever achieved. It also introduces authentic aviation activities across the globe, adding an excitement, new dimension to the simulation. Our teams are proud of what we have accomplished, and we sincerely thank you for your support. The sky is calling. George Newman. Very, very cool. And they also got a lanyard they give us, and well, I thought there'd be something with the codes on it or something. Oh, that's what's in the lanyard. Very cool. I was looking for the usual leaflet. So very cool, very cool. And we're going to leave it at that. And just out of note, they're so much into the Call of Duties and the day of innovation is far gone in video games in my book. When the PlayStation 1 came out, Sega, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. Yeah, PlayStation 3, they might have started even fading away just a little. But they were trying everything, getting their feet wet. And unfortunately, Ace Combat is the one that shined through. That's the one everybody's buying. Because it's, it's got great flight, the aircraft are nice, but to me, it's just nothing like what I played with Agile Warrior, which Agile Warrior had no less than 10 weapons on it. You had your normal air-to-air, you had your normal air-to-ground, and then they had your bunker busters, which just throw your clusters down. They had the napalm, which was a napalm. Everybody knows what napalm is. They had a few others. I can't remember them off my head, but I remember one of them was a big nuclear weapon, and you shot that down. If your aircraft was in the zone when it went off, you died too. So, flying, and the missions were great. The missions were so awesome, and you could also shoot the plane in the sky like Air Combat, but the pilot would jump out and his parachute would open. Now you could fly around and shoot the pilot as he's going to the ground. So it was very, very cool. It was probably in the same type of graphics as Super Mario. So it just all so chunky you couldn't read anything on it. But one of the greatest games. And when you beat the game, the sergeant came out and he celebrated to you. That was without a doubt the best flying game. They had some great helicopter games, great missions with choppers, third persons, in cockpit views, and they just seem to have lost that. Now you just got Ace Combat, we got air to ground. There's not really much in takeoff and landing either, which were a couple other games I can't remember. It wasn't Agile Warrior, that didn't really have much in landing, but there was another game I played. I find that the landing, like the ship, is bobbing, it's nighttime, it's foggy, and it's windy, and your plane is all over, the ship's all over. Kind of like real life, so those things are very cool. And there's actually no weapons in this one game at all. You just was all flying through courses and things, so. We got a little bit left to go. I'm going to load this in and we'll see what happens. Peace out.